This is crazy because we have another member of Misfit Brothers. Another one has joined us.
Oh, me.
What do we need now? We need a Jake. We need to get a Jake in here.
No, you don't need the English one.
No, I think we need to get a Jake in here. Uh-huh.
Alright, I'm the good looking one.
Yeah? Is that...
I think he has to ask for permission. Ooh, okay.
I don't want another zooming incident like that game of fucking Star Wars.
Just zoomed in his crotch.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. He was itching, the fucking camera went, eh. Yep. So, my name is Schizo, and I'm here with Robo, and I'm here with
Jackie Chan.
Asian Warrior, Food Critic, aka Waterfalls, also known as Tilk. He's here to join us so we could talk about video games. And I'm mucho jealous. I have not got a beer. Mm-hmm.
Have to have a beer, man. Can't do these things without a beer.
No. No. And we are here.
Milk.
Milk, got milk? There you go. Good. We're here to talk about video gamesy kinds of shit. You know? Whatever we talk about. I mean, so what have you been up to, boys? What games you been playing?
Well, PUBG.
Yeah.
Back to the PUBG.
Always goes to the PUBG.
PUBG. Starting a wee bit of the Rainbow Six Siege as well. Well, we always continually ran it, but starting to try run the rank. And then No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Started that up.
Yeah.
Started that up.
I started playing the Rainbow Six Siege again. The boys always play. You guys have kept a consistent path with Rainbow Six. I mean, I understand it because Rainbow Six, they kept a high quality. Like Rainbow Six, one of those games where I could see you still playing full price and getting your money's worth. Because it only got better and it stayed at a consistent great level. And I've gotten back into it. I have no idea what's going on in it anymore. But I'm back and enjoying it. And I mean...
Yeah. It's good fun, especially... there's nothing better than... Like last night, the last round, we just perfectly reached the wall, managed to get the bomb planted.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the five of us just sort of defended it. Every one of them, they came up one by one. Put them all down one by one. There's hard to replicate that in a game.
Yeah, it was good. I like the fact that we found the emojis. I like the fact that we ran in and planted the bomb almost immediately. I didn't even know I had the diffuser, and when I run in, Robo was like, plant the bomb right there, and I planted the bomb across the room. He's like, no, back here, plant the bomb here. So
oh yeah, there's even just the little things like where to plant the bomb is critical in that game. Just the position to defend it and stuff.
oh yeah, you see the panic on them when they had to blow a hole in the wall and tried to come in the room on that side. They didn't even think about what they were doing. They just rushed in.
Well, that's it. That's sheer panic thinking they have to get in there right away. Knowing it was 4 each, that was the game over.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, with me and you as the strong carry for the game, I mean, Keith can jump in there and still look good, even though he didn't play that good.
That's it. That's it. He just rides some coattails.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I didn't have Curtis in my back pocket last night.
Nope. No, man, I don't jump into backpacks. I'm the strong fucking player when it comes to Misfit Brothers. You seen any of my retro? I play like that on current consoles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
What have you been playing, man?
I'm so sorry. I'm just looking at these emojis.
And Keith is here on the podcast. He's looking at emojis. What have you been playing, Keith?
Siege and PUBG, and then I was doing a wee bit of Wildlands there.
Yeah.
Wildlands. Played a bit of that there during the week. It's awesome. We did the Kavira content.
Yeah, it was really cool.
In between getting I'm trying to think of the word for it, but constant annoyance from Sam Fisher.
I don't want to talk about it. When you drop in that game, there's events that happen inside of that game from other games. Like we were just talking about the Kavira from Siege. There's she goes to where you're to in Bolivia, and she has a mission you have to figure out. And when you find her and you start figuring out what you're supposed to be doing, trying not to let too much shit out about it, because it was fun. And when we made it up to a building you got to breach, what was really cool is it had the doors from Siege, the wooden doors with the yellow X's on them, and that was even that little tiny bit that was in the game was like, wow, that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah,
it was hard. It was a challenging mission. Yeah.
Definitely was, especially on the tier 1 when the tier 1's activated, and we were locked to advanced, I think, at that point, the one off the hardest. So it's
we were, and I mean I think we're at 35 when you go into the tier system, so we're down to 35, and at 35 they start taking away HUD things from you and start taking away the warnings. Like you actually have to spot the enemies on your own. You can't just see them on the map anymore, so that's challenging. You've been playing Wildlands 2 there, Keith?
Yeah, but I'm nowhere near as far on as you guys.
Need to play a wee bit more.
Starting out.
Keep at it.
Just so you know, the only reason why I reinstalled it is to play with you. And you haven't been playing with me.
Because I like doing it on my own.
You guys can't see my reaction here, but I guarantee that was what are you getting on with? I understand that, but we want to play video games with you.
Oh, there's some games it's like the first run through of the Division I wanted to play myself, and there's my niece.
Ellie.
Oh, she's away.
But yeah, I got it. Winner.
Excuse me, sorry.
Winner.
Viewers.
Talking about that, you get any chicken dinners this week or what? Because I know you're heavily into playing that.
I've had a couple.
Yeah.
I've had 2 this week.
She doesn't want to say hello to you, kid.
Oh, that's alright. I'll just spend that pocket money that I had for her and something else.
He shows up with a bag of candy. And he was like, you want this?
God damn right.
This is the guy that buys all his nieces and nephews Easter eggs, and then he eats them all before Easter and has to go buy them all again.
Look, it's a vicious cycle, right? I eat because I'm unhappy, and I'm unhappy because I eat.
That's great. What do you got sitting right next to you right now? I think I see wine gums.
I've got a Colors Light. I've got Magic Stars. I've got Revels, Donuts, and Midget Gems. But the Midget Gems and the Magic Stars are done, and I'm halfway through the Donuts.
Hell yeah!
And I'm halfway through the Revels.
If you don't,
is that just tonight?
No, Magic Stars last night, Midget Gems tonight, and 2 nights ago. Donuts tonight. Donuts was just before we came on.
I love it. Nobody would know, but Keith is the Misfit brother that everything will be quiet in a party and you'll hear a wrapper opening. He's that Misfit brother. He's in a direct competition with Digital, because Digital has a way of making some really weird sounds on the mic and eating on the mic. And so does Keith.
He has nothing on me.
I don't know, man. I think we've given the title to Digital because pear and prosciutto salad was the pinnacle.
This sounded so wet.
It was wet and crunchy and oh man, and he's got that he's got a really good mic, so it came through. I don't know. I'll spare you any more details. But before we really get into anything heavily, we always have to open up with something about Nintendo. Always a little something about Nintendo. The Nintendo is coming out with have you guys ever played the Surgeon Simulator games? About 5 years ago, there was a big craze for everybody playing these computer Surgeon Simulator games.
Surgeon Simulator, what?
It's you play a surgeon and you have to cut somebody open and give them a new heart, or there was a bunch of different things.
Yeah. I think I had a
Toenail one. Ellie had that.
translation. I couldn't quite make out. You said surgeon. Right, I get you now. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's kind of like the old game. You had to pull all the things out with the metal detector, and every time you hit the side, it beeped. It buzzed.
Yeah, Operation.
Something like that.
Operation.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's Nintendo will be coming out with that this fall. They're releasing that one. Surgeon Simulator. There's a CPR one, and there is a Alien Autopsy one. So they'll be releasing those things, and it's with the Joy-Cons on the Switch. So that's pretty cool because those ones are pretty advanced. And I mean,
there's going to be a Labo thing for it.
I would say like a heart or something you put on there. I don't know, man. The amiibos and stuff like a Labo for it. Junior Dexter. I just got that. I was like, yeah. But yes, yeah. But everybody started with Nintendo, right? I haven't heard your story, Keith. Where did you start to?
Master System and Sega. Well, I had the Atari and the Amstrad, but they were relics. But first thing I was really into was the Master System.
Sega Master System. So it was the Genesis for us here in North America. You guys had a Master System. Yeah, I was.
Yeah. We had the Master System, then the Mega Drive, and then the Mega Drive 2.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or is it like he's listening to music? He just can't fucking sit still.
No, but you know what? Don't you gotta be gentle with him, man. Don't spook him. He just got here. It's like when Drew Barrymore like got E.T. into the house with Reese's Pieces. I think we could have got Keith in here with Reese's Pieces.
Oh, as you can see, I'm a big Star Wars fan, and my phone pinged about some news just.
Oh,
yes.
Carrie Fisher has been announced that she will be in episode 9, and her brother has signed off on it, and they're going to use unseen footage and CGI.
Okay. I could get down with that.
But back on the... Oh. We'll go back to that later, so we'll get back on the topic. No, I had the Mega Drive, and one of my favourite games, can't remember the name of it, but it was the one where you plugged the gun into it and you shot at the TV screen. Like, pew, pew, pew,
was
pew,
it...
Time Crisis?
Was it a Forest? Because I remember the Mega Drive had a if you just plugged the gun in, you could do like a forest level with insects would fall out of trees and stuff, and you had to shoot them.
It was an army one, so it was you were a soldier, and it was like the screen rolled, like you were constantly moving up the screen.
Oh, okay. It
was like a rolling game, and you had wee tanks and stuff that would come out from behind bushes and
cool.
Wee men and stuff like that.
There was a game for arcade, and I don't know if it's the same one. I think it was Operation Wolf was the name of it, and I think that was a soldier one in the arcade, and you had to shoot it. Yeah. How about you, Phil? Were you a Mega Drive, or were you a Super Nintendo kind of guy?
When first one I had was the Mega Drive, but my friend at the time had the Nintendo. Yeah. We were pretty much back and forth for the two. On the Mega Drive, I think the games I remember playing on the Nintendo 64 would have been the go-karts, Mario Kart.
Oh yeah.
GoldenEye, and we always went and we rented a wrestling one and just did the WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That was the main thing we did, WrestleMania, and the wrestling, just fucking get everyone out of the ring, last one left.
I think wrestling games took a it's the puppy dog.
Oh.
I think wrestling games took a really I took more interest in wrestling games once SmackDown came out on PlayStation. If you guys can remember how SmackDown changed everything, it was like wrestling games, you come to the ring, you wrestle, that's it. But SmackDown was the first franchise where they brought in like an RPG element to it. Like you build your character, but not only did you take on matches, but there was stuff going on behind the curtains. Like you had all these different storylines, and you had all these matches behind the curtains and shit like that. I loved SmackDown.
It was so terrible though when you think back on it, but it was so amazing to think you could go behind the curtain, you're backstage, and you had to make your way to the ring and all that.
I loved it.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was good for the time, but probably if you went back and looked at it now, it wouldn't sit up at all.
That's the way I think it mostly is anyway. Like the way we remember it, and if you go back and look at it, it's like, that is horrible. Like if you guys played Final Fantasy VII on,
yes,
yeah, you remember
greatest game ever made.
You remember when you seen Final Fantasy VII the first time, your mind was blown. You were like, "This is so awesome." I played it for the first time as a demo in PlayStation Magazine, because PlayStation Magazine used to release with demo discs in it, so you get like a level of a game.
I remember
Do you?
that.
Yeah, you get a level of a game, or you get it's just a promo for the game, right? And I remember getting it, and it was the first, I want to say, 7 or 8 minutes when you get off the train at the beginning of Final Fantasy, and it's like you're just getting to Midgar. I believe Midgar is the name of it. If not, I'm sure I'll get attacked about it.
It is Midgar.
But you get off the train at Midgar, and I thought there might have been like 3 or 4 battles, and that was about it. And man, Final Fantasy was so great. But now if you sit down and you watch anything about it, you're like, what the hell's going on there?
Yeah. First one, I never played 7. I played 8.
Yeah.
Remember being big. Jesus, that
dog. Is she throwing it up in the air?
Yeah, she's playing like.
That's so great.
Because I'm on this here. She's saying, "Come play with me."
But yeah. I remember playing Final Fantasy 8 too. That was a lot of it was based. You were in like a school, like a ship that was a school, right?
Yeah, and eventually the skull flied. I remember getting that.
Yeah, I remember that. And and right after 7 though, I kind of went into 8 with this like bad taste. I was like, this isn't going to be any good. I was like, I'm going to give it a try. And then I really attacked it. And then he introduced that, what was the name of that mini game they introduced? It was like a ball game.
Oh yeah, fuck. That was 10, was it? That wasn't 8. That was like 9
that was
or
12. So it was 12.
8 was the card game.
It was underwater. It was underwater.
Yeah,
so
8.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm pretty sure it was like 10 because I only played up to maybe 10.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the remake for Final Fantasy.
Yeah. The thing about it though is it's not a PlayStation exclusive, right? But I think Xbox is going to get it, but we're going to get it like a month later.
To PlayStation first, apparently a year. Rumors are saying that they're going to know the way we have rights to some games for like PlayStation have to wait a year before they get the content.
Yeah, Destiny. Yeah.
I heard rumors that apparently that's going to be the way it is.
Yeah, that's
Blitzball.
But
it's being split into.
That's it.
It's being split into 4. It's being split into 4, so you have to buy the game 4 times, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I heard as well.
But then they should just release it.
Yeah.
I think the way they release it, they're doing a whole load with it too.
Yeah.
I think they should just release it the way it is, the way it was.
Yeah. The way it will always be.
Well, they are adding loads of stuff in, which is going to be good because it's going to make more game time and stuff. I'll be a game that I'm going to take a whole week off work. I'll have that booked off. I'll not speak to you.
I'll not speak to anybody.
I'll be appearing offline, so I will. No party chat. Send Kelsey away on holiday or something like that. Kelsey's the wife, by the way. But she's not here.
You know what? I used to say the same about when Diablo 3 rolled out. When Diablo 3 was getting ready to roll out, loved Diablo 2. I spent so much time and money on Diablo 2 that just before Diablo 3 rolled out, I'd say 3 months in advance, I'd go to my sweetheart and I'd be like, baby, Diablo 3 is coming out. I love you, but I am going to disappear into a hole for at least 3 months. And that's, same as how you feel about Final Fantasy.
I mean, we've been playing together for what, 3 or 4 years now, and seems like you haven't come out of that hole.
No, I spend a lot of time in that hole. He said, you know what?
Destiny comes out. This guy puts like, what, 1,200 hours, maybe more.
Something stupid.
We'll have
a whole year of his life.
Something stupid.
I have to mention every week has to mention the amount of hours you get in the Monster Hunter. I'll do it since Terry's not here. It has to be mentioned, apparently.
Yeah, I love Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is great. I'm waiting for new content. New content is Bahamut from Final Fantasy. There you go. Talking about Final Fantasy, bring over a little Bahamut in my Monster Hunter. And I believe that is coming out. If it's not out right now, it's coming out shortly. They just did a. Go ahead.
These limited time events, or are they just?
No. They're there and they're gone. Like I just went in there last week and I got a sword that is the best great sword in the game, the Wyvern's Ignition. and that was in the game, and then it went away. It was in the game for Summer Blossom Fest or something like that, and then it went away. So I was like, you'll never have that good sword anymore, so your builds are shit. You know, and that's the way I feel. I'm like, I don't want to play this game no more because I can't have it. Now I have it, waiting for Bahamut. But I'm here talking about it like I am, and everybody in the Misfit Brothers makes fun of me because I'm still fully invested into Monster Hunter. Now, granted, for the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I haven't spent much time in Monster Hunter World. I blame all the Misfit Brothers and wanting to play PUBG. You know, see how much caring I get from Waterfalls over here. Get no care. But what?
To be fair, he hasn't tried it, so.
Yeah, huh? He hasn't tried Monster Hunter. Yeah, well, you see, Keith's that kind of guy that goes to you in a game and he's like, what do you think is the best gun in the game? What do you think about this gun? If you tell him what the best gun in the game is and you have scientific facts and fucking everything backed up, and you're like, that is the gun. I'm telling you, bro, that's the gun you want to do. You know what he's going to do? He's going to find the exact opposite gun, say you're wrong, and then say this gun is the shit. Because he doesn't want to use what you're talking about. I learned that a long time ago. So anytime Keith asks me what I think about a gun or something like that, I go, I mean, you know. And that's about it, because I know he's going to go with the opposite of that shit.
Because I'm the Black Horseman, I have to prove that all guns are equal. They do the same thing.
Right. Or you could just be the stubborn one that just likes to create a little bit of fucking friction and chaos with everybody.
Oh, it's like the whole fucking Gallahorn incident. I fucking hate that gun.
So good. Gallahorn, it wasn't even about, hey, what's a good gun? Gallahorn was the gun.
I would rather sit on the end of my banister, man, and repeatedly fuck myself.
Dude, Gallahorn, man. I remember the first time I talked to Digital, and because he was introduced through Slayer. The first time we talked to Digital, we were doing the Destiny, which one is it? The one where you're under the school. You remember that one? Was it Mars? School? Remember you went into this school, this university? And,
yeah. That's Mars.
Yeah.
Was it Mars or was it the moon?
I want to say Mars. I can't remember.
I'll say moon then. I'll go up and say
there you go. And you went down there, and it was the Nightfall, and it was the first time I talked to Digital. And we went down there, and he was like, what gun is it, the gun that you would really like to get? Now, keep in mind, I hadn't gotten the Gallahorn yet. Nobody that was in that party had gotten the Gallahorn yet. We were just waiting for our moment. And Digital gets the Gallahorn. First time we ever ran through anything. But Gallahorn was before they nerfed the shit out of it, and they hit those, I think they were called Wolfpack rounds. They dropped down the efficiency of those and everything. But that's the way we used to run the raids. We'd walk into the Crota raid, and we'd have all our heavy synths that we had bought from Zur, and we would have our Gallahorns ready. And Phil usually ran the sword, because the sword is the most pressure in that fucking raid, man. If you're running the sword and you mess up, you just fucked everybody. And see, Phil doesn't see it like that. Phil thinks we're the pressure. Have you ever finished that raid with us, Keith?
Yeah, man, I ran the sword as well.
He done the Crota raid.
You ran the sword as well. I can't remember Keith running the sword. I can only picture that it was amazing. You did it perfectly.
I did. I did,
But that was Gallahorn. See, you made me go off on a rant about Gallahorn. I love Gallahorn.
We started off because I was the only hunter. I ran the sword, and then Phil got the hang of it with the warlock, and then we just end up executing it that way with Phil running it. And then
I did it with all my characters.
These boys pressured me into using the Gallahorn.
Yeah. It was great. And that is anybody that's in the Destiny world right now. You do not know the joy of being in the Destiny world when back then, man. Destiny 1, when so good, and then they started nerfing the ground. Now, fucking, I got problems with Destiny.
To be fair, anyone playing Destiny now are only the fucking true fanboys of it. Like, they would have been there to start. I don't think anyone's playing it. Or Voodoo.
Voodoo's still playing it. We're here having this podcast. we're having this podcast right now, and I guarantee you that if I look into the party over on the Xbox, the Texans over there is fucking playing Destiny. The new thing.
He's a strange being, so
he is. I don't think he can help it though. That's Texas. Texas is weird, man. Weird place. But yeah, I can't believe what happened. I don't think I'll go back to Destiny. But when I get stuck, and I'm talking about this, it's like I'm waiting for Anthem. Anthem is going to be the shit. I have to believe.
Yeah, that's the one I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
It looks shit. It looks pretty cool. Like it looks like Iron Man in an RPG.
Yep.
But better than that. Better.
Metro. I'm looking forward to Metro. Like.
Metro looks great. Metro looks great.
I think they both come out at the same time too. There's it, Metro, and the apparent release of there's a fourth game, but I can't remember it. The other one I remember is Terry Crews.
Just Cause. No, not Just Cause. Crackdown. Crackdown.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's apparently coming out at the same time, same sort of month.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it's what, a 3-year release, and supposed to be coming out for the last 3 years.
Crackdown. Man, they show Crackdown. They've been talking about Crackdown for a long time. They had a playable PvP the last time they released for like nobody's seen anything because everybody's under those non-disclosure agreements, but people have played the PvP in it, and they haven't talked about details yet, but they've talked about how it's lacking, how it's not that fun. You know, it's Crackdown was a large project. The fact that you want to put so much into the destructible environment and you got to actively use the cloud, that's a huge undertaking, man.
I think they should just see. I played the first one, didn't like the second one at all. They just need to go back to the first one, make it a 4-player RPG. Yeah. Forget the multiplayer. That's not what Crackdown was about.
No.
Like, was it?
No.
Just leave that out of it. If you want to do destructibility, think about it after the game's out. Just get the campaign out. Make it a good campaign with being able to climb buildings and make you feel like you're some sort of superhero. And fucking, if they want to do multiplayer, do it after.
Yeah.
I know I'm going off subject again. Did you move your TV, Phil?
What?
Have you moved your TV?
Yes.
I don't like the new positioning. But
is that a little...
when we were talking about Star Wars,
we'll say because the door's behind you.
When we were talking about Star Wars and Carrie Fisher being in the next one, I'm down with that. It's just the only thing I don't like is the talk about the Last Jedi with the scene where she flew through the window and she came back in and shit like that. You guys remember that scene?
I hate that.
Yeah.
I really hated that scene.
So did I.
But you have to, like, have you read the books and stuff?
No.
Like that? Like the canon books and all? Well,
but they have to assume
in the canon books, this one of Luke's abilities, which not many other Jedi was able to do, was for what he was exploring space in his X-wing, and he ran out of life support and fuel, and he was able to use the Force to suspend his body in animation until he was found by the rebels.
Oh, okay.
And that's how she was able to do that, because it's a Skywalker ability. She's able to suspend her body in animation.
See,
yeah, but you can't just put something in there and expect 95% of the people that have never read and aren't super Star Wars fans. I mean, everyone that watches, I'm sure, is Star Wars fans to a degree, but you've got that, I don't know, what, 15-20% that are just absolute fucking nerds.
I think that was thrown in for them, for that particular group of people that would know that. That was thrown in just as a wee nod.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but it looks fucking stupid to everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, aren't they? They're doing a petition right now with Simir or whatever it's called to have that stricken. Have that stricken from the canon altogether. Last Jedi didn't happen. They were like, we want to redo, we want that shit over again because this is, I don't know, man.
Oh, The Last Jedi was brilliant, man.
Oh, see, he's doing it. You're watching him do it right now. We're telling him what the good gun is, and he's like, he's picking this piece of crap over here. All right, man.
No.
You have the right to your opinion,
Jedi,
but you're wrong.
bits in it that shouldn't have happened, but it was a great film. So it was. But in the next film, I hope they kill Carrie Fisher off and they do it quick. I don't want to see her playing a big role through CGI because it'll just ruin.
Personally, I don't think they should add her. I think adding someone just it nearly seems like the whole what was the last movie what do you call him Han Solo was a bit of a bust. I haven't watched it, but I heard it was a bust.
I haven't seen it yet either.
But in the original film, Han Solo, Harrison Ford wanted Han Solo to die in the very first one.
Yeah.
He wanted to go into the Death Star and do on a suicide mission.
That's the reason why.
The reason they didn't do it was because it was taking the story away from Luke Skywalker.
That was the reason why they froze Han Solo, because they weren't sure if he wasn't sure if he was going to come back from being frozen.
I didn't know that.
In the second one
I
as
didn't
well.
know that. That's why he was in the carbonite. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Because at the time, he wasn't sure whether he was going to come back, and I don't know if it was a case of wanted to come back or thought it'd be better if his character was dead. I don't know that, but yeah, that's why he was frozen, because he wasn't. They weren't sure at that time if he was or wasn't going to come back. I think I'm nearly sure of that.
Well,
did you know Sylvester Stallone went for the Han Solo role as well?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he auditioned for the role of Han Solo. Harrison Ford didn't actually audition for it. He was a carpenter on the set.
Oh, okay.
And he became quite friendly with George Lucas, and he was offered a chance to audition, and he did, and that's how he got the role. He was originally a carpenter on set.
That's cool. That's cool. I didn't know that. Yeah. But I think the reason why Star Wars is getting so much grief right now, Star Wars will always get grief because the people that are into Star Wars, are that certain percentage of nerd that knows everything. So if you mess with it at all, you're going to catch flack for it. So I don't know, man. And the fact that they're releasing so much content. Mickey Mouse has got it now, so Mickey Mouse is going to run it right to the ground. So.
Yeah. Speaking of Star Wars, the DLC, free DLC out for the Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
There's a Starfighter mode where it's four pilots on 4 pilots. Pretty cool. Everyone gets to pick. You get obviously the rebels and the Empire, the rebels, and so you get to pick your 4 heroes. And it's 4v4, so whenever your ship's destroyed, then you spawn back in a any of an X-wing. You get to spawn back in an X-wing or a bomber or whatever, and then it's just you have to destroy all the enemy the hero ships before the other team. Pretty cool game.
I haven't played it yet. I haven't played. Have you played any Battlefront? Their waterfalls?
Not a year, I think.
Not it.
No, I was on it the other night. Actually, I came on for like one game with you, and then I was like, "Fuck out there," because you have all the wee try-hard, sweaty nerds that been sitting on it for a year and have the best of everything.
See,
I can't move, man. The dog has got my jumper.
I haven't tried it yet. I have it installed. I'll give it a try. I'm interested in that play style with the ships, because in the first one I enjoyed the ship one a lot. Like, that was my jam.
Everything in it is a lot better. It's not like the first one. Not like you can nearly tell in the first one, right, you're attacking, so you're gonna win. It's not like that anymore. Like, there's a mission where you attack the Death Star. I think that's what it is.
Yep.
And we rolled over the team attacking, and you're like, right, okay, so they might roll over us when we're defending, but no, we rolled over them again defending too. So it's and the normal Starfighter mode's pretty cool. It's like scenarios as opposed to just straight up contests like fighting each other. There's for example, there's one where there's a ship caught in a gravity. It's like a gravity pull. So the attacking team have to free the
Yep.
ship before the other team blow it up.
Scientific term, tractor beam.
There you go. You free it up, and then the next stage is like you blow up. I can't remember if this is all the same one, but it might be like we have to blow up part of the engine or blow up part of the shields, and then there's one that's pretty cool. You blow up the shield, and then you fly it. You have to fly inside, blow up, start shooting at the. I can't even remember what it is, the engine maybe or whatever, internally, and then you have to fly out before the doors close. And so like if Aaron, he'll play the objective more, and I'll try and cover. And you can get just as many points by playing the objective as you can by shooting people. Yeah. And it's not just PvP. It's not. I mean, it is PvP, but it's not. That's not just what it's about. It's kind of objective based.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a try. I mean, right now I'm enjoying the Siege again. Back in the Siege, trying to figure that out. I'm going to be giving the new Resident Evil a try. I'm excited to see that. Yeah. Because there's a huge Xbox sale on the go right now. A lot of good shit.
Free?
What's free?
No.
Resident Evil?
Sale.
How much is it? Sale.
Yeah.
I think it's like a half price game anyway, and then there's another 30% off, 40%
Yeah, it's
off.
like $25 or something like that. It's not too bad.
Nah, too scary, man. Too scary.
I look forward to it.
I watched that Passengers the other night and thought it was alright. But the film I'm going to say I give 10 out of 10 to is that Braven with Jason
Momoa.
Momoa. It was fantastic. So
I haven't seen it. What's it about?
I haven't seen it either.
No spoilers.
You can't really say much without spoiling.
You can give us the basic plot.
Basically, what happens is drugs end up at his cabin, and then he goes to the cabin with his dad, and then it escalates from there.
All right. Right on. I will check it out, and I'm sure my my significant other will not mind watching Jason Momoa.
Or a film for you, Curtis, which you'll enjoy. Have you seen Red Sparrow?
I haven't seen Red Sparrow, but that's about kind of like she gets programmed like a spy, right?
Yeah, there's a special 30 seconds in there for you.
I bet there is.
Where it is 30 seconds. 30 seconds is just enough.
That's too much, man. That's 25 seconds of weeping after. Have you guys seen the talking about Jason Momoa? Have you seen the new Aquaman trailers?
Yes. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, it looks good. And that's hard for me to say because I could give a shit less about Aquaman. Aquaman was always that comic book or that hero that was in the background. You're like, oh, check out the guy with the yellow shirt and the green pants. He can talk to fish. Big deal. Right on. But the movie looks pretty good.
He always looked like a fish out of water in the comics.
No, what trailer looked terrible? Shazam. I didn't like that at all.
Agreed. First,
I
won't pretend to know anything about Shazam because I really don't know anything about Shazam. I kind of get the idea of it, and I might.
Same. Yeah, I don't.
But I watched the trailer, and the trailer. You know what? The trailer gives me a Steel vibe. Do you guys remember when Shaq did the Steel movie, and he was Superman, but he was Steel Superman? Because when Superman died, there was a bunch of other Superman. There was a cyborg one. There was Steel. There was a kid Superman, I think. There was a bunch of them that weren't really Superman, but they had powers, and Steel was one. And Shaq lined up to do the Steel movie. And the Steel movie and Shazam both feel like the same thing to me. It gives me that same thing of, ugh.
I just don't like the guy that casted for the role. So he's whatever appeal he has, it doesn't capture you. It's just like, fuck off and die.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Damn, man.
Sorry.
Wow.
No, it's a film. I don't think I'll watch that film, to be honest. I think they've really ruined it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's anything coming out of the DC world, they always go with this dark weirdness about it. That's what Shazam's the DC
like,
world, right?
Like, yeah, he's from DC.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to be. It's like the feeling I got from the film is they're trying to come across funny and make it like a more of a comedy film, but it shouldn't. Like Wonder Woman was action, Batman's dark. You know, it should all be along the same lines.
It's hard to make a movie that's not Batman. I think the DC characters for the mainstream aren't as popular as Marvel, so it's kind of harder for them to make a movie or part. How do you explain it? Like everyone knows who Batman is. Everyone knows who Wonder Woman, Superman. I mean, how many people actually know who he is? Shazam. Yeah.
Here's an important question, Curtis. Do you like Superman?
No, I dislike Superman very strongly, and you know this from every conversation we've had about this. Superman is a shiny soul that doesn't have any dirt on it, and the whole thing about Superman I dislike. He's too clean. His villains never impressed me. I like a villain that's scary and they got some kind of scare about him. His villains are fucking... No, man. The only time he got a...
Zod was badass. He had the kill Zod. He had the kill Zod. The fucking
Zod was a dude.
He tainted his soul by killing
Zod was just a dude. Zod was a dude that was Superman, but he was evil. That's not scary. I'm talking... Doomsday. Doomsday was good. I like Doomsday. Doomsday was a monster. Doomsday broke his back. I like Doomsday. That was good. There was some other Superman things. Bizarro Superman. Loved Bizarro Superman. Superman's too clean. I don't like his whole background. I don't like the fact that when you look at Superman, he's a powder keg and he's gonna go off and he's gonna end up fucking everything for everybody. And if you watch, I believe it's Flashpoint. No, it's not Flashpoint. It's Suicide Squad. I believe it's Suicide Squad where nope. We're going with the third choice here. What was that PlayStation game, the Xbox game that had Superman in it?
And
it was a fighting game.
DC Universe.
Fighting game.
Oh, Justice.
What the hell was that called? Oh, see, I should know this. And that whole game was based on the fact that Injustice. That whole Injustice series is the reason why I don't like Superman. Because Injustice started off, he did this on purpose. Injustice started off where Joker drove Superman to a place where Superman kills Joker. And then after he kills Joker, he turns into this other Superman. I don't like Superman. Shiny, don't like him. Superman can fuck off. I ain't got no time for him. And anybody who's got anything to say, and Batman is the superhero of all superheroes. Spider-Man's my man because Spider-Man got some really fucking cool villains. Venom, Carnage, fuck Superman. I don't want to talk about it no more.
Like Spider-Man, he got bit by a spider and he's now
Spider-Man, man.
A superhero?
He's Spider-Man. He's funny. He's witty. He's fucking Peter Parker, man. So good. And the new guy they got that's doing him now, I don't know what his name is, but he is the most believable Spider-Man so far.
Yeah, no, he is good.
Because
he is good, but Superman trumps all.
How do you feel about this, Robo?
Not as strongly as you, but I would say Batman's a better character. There's a better background. There's a better.
Oh shit!
I think I really like what they did with Batman too. With I know some people didn't like it, but the whole thing where he's trying to kill Superman, but his whole thing was not to kill anyone. Ben Affleck, I hope Ben Affleck played that perfectly. He was a badass Batman. I like it.
He's in my personal opinion, he's an okay Batman. I think they should have continued on with Christian Bale.
I think they should have kept Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Like dead man.
I might cut that out. That. Yeah.
To be honest, it would have been interesting to see what they would have done with Dark Knight Rises if Ledger had been alive.
Yeah.
It would have been. That movie was good, but it wasn't the Dark Knight you know, it wasn't quite the same. The Joker made that movie.
Oh yeah,
He was awesome in that movie.
that was
So good.
Well, Joker was good. He was very good.
that Heath Ledger is my favorite Joker, and I catch heat in this house about that. Heath Ledger is my favorite Joker, and Luke Skywalker.
He was good in A Knight's Tale, so he was.
And Mark Hamill voicing the Joker in the animated series. Best voice of Joker ever, Mark Hamill. And, you know, Heath Ledger. And I get a lot of shit in this house about that because Cindy is a Jack Nicholson fan. She's like, Jack Nicholson, epitome of Joker. I was like, and I can't wrong her for that. He is great as a Joker. Just Heath Ledger brought it to a new level. Like I was watching one of those, you know how you get caught in a loop on the YouTube and you start watching these top 10 best movie scenes, top 10 actor scenes where somebody got hurt and all this shit. You get stuck in a loop of it, right? You just let it play.
Yeah.
One of the ones I was watching was times actors broke their character, but it stayed in the film.
Oh yes.
And one.
The explosion at the hospital.
That was, yeah, when he's walking out and his reaction, like how he moved in his reaction when the explosion went off, that was legitimately like, holy fuck. And he stayed in character. But the part I'm talking about is when he first breaks in and he's at the ball and he goes up to the missus that's with Batman, or I should know these character names, but you know what I'm talking about. And he walks up to her and he walks up to her and he grabs her face. And he starts talking about his scars and stuff like that. And he's like grabbing her. And you can see her fighting away from him, right? When she's doing that fighting away, she broke character. Because he wasn't supposed to grab her face. That wasn't in the script or anything. So she was shocked by it. That Maggie Gyllenhaal was like, what the hell? And he kept that in. Heath Ledger, man. Number one.
Yes.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. That shit drove him insane. But yeah. And I will
Still Superman's best.
Yeah. You've been playing.
You're not gonna win this, Curtis. Just continue.
No, I have.
Carry on.
I've already. He's trapped me in a place where I talked for about 10 minutes about how great Batman is and Superman. You know what? Superman gives me the vibe. Superman gives me the vibe of a frat boy, a Princeton frat boy who's just about to date rape somebody. That's the vibe I get off Superman.
Ooh. Edit.
No, not editing it. That's staying right there. And I was like, and that's the way I feel about it. He got that pretty boy, untrustworthy thing. I don't know. Yeah, see? Yeah, you could do that. What do you got an itch there? Uh-huh. Superman.
Yeah.
And you know what?
What about the rumors for Green Lantern? We'll get up.
I don't know any rumors about Green Lantern. What's the rumors about Green Lantern?
1 second. I need to Google this shit. I heard it a couple of weeks ago. Ryan Reynolds was talking about it.
I remember seeing a headline for the Green Lantern lately, but I can't remember what it was. While we're on the subject, what about was it Disney buying? Who did they buy recently? Was it X-Men?
Yeah, it's X-Men. Disney owns X-Men now. Yeah. I'm excited to see that. Yeah, because I think they can make, like, there's so many X-Men comics where they can make such a good run of movies. I would watch, I understand how you're over, I got a hair right there, and it's fucking hot and sweaty here. Ugh. But what I'm saying is, you could make so many good movies with X-Men, and the way they're releasing Star Wars, it's giving everybody palate fatigue towards Star Wars. You could do that with X-Men, and as long as you still put the money into it, you won't get palate fatigue from me. I was like, come at me with some of the fucking X-Men stories. I'd like to see an Apocalypse that looks good, and he's actually fucking Apocalypse. Don't give me that shit that you tried to pull with me before. Fuck that. I'd like to see an Apocalypse, and he'd have his horsemen, and so many good ways with. Give us a Juggernaut that we see in Deadpool. I would love to see more Juggernaut that we see in a Deadpool.
I don't really.
Disney also.
Go ahead.
Disney also bought Fantastic Four as well.
Not so excited about that.
Apparently, there's going to be a Doctor Doom movie. I heard that rumor as well.
I could probably see that. I've always wanted to know more about Doctor Doom.
Yeah. The only one of the X-Men, going on to the X-Men again, just the only one that I've liked lately. Like I haven't watched the last couple because I really wasn't interested. Yeah. But the Old Man Wolverine.
Logan.
That was a great
Logan
show.
was good. Yeah.
That was a great show.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I've fallen out of love with Wolverine, so I have. There's too many films.
Yeah, but
there is
that was
doing this and that, and it's.
Yeah, but that was a good. That one was
I
a good
agree.
sort of. That was a good way for the amp.
But that was the direct result of Deadpool. That was a direct result of, hey, we can play in the adult ground now. As soon as I started watching that movie, and the first scene where they're trying to rip off the rims off the limousine, and Wolvie gets out and fucking stabs one guy. I think he slices another guy's hand off. Like, as soon as I seen that, I was like, see, that's the only thing that makes sense, because if you read the comics and you read anything that had Wolverine in it, Wolverine was always stabbing bitches.
Man, Logan, yeah.
Wolverine just stabs bitches. Like, and then he catches flack for it. It's like, that's what he does. So now when we get to see the actual Wolverine, it was good. There was
what's new?
Yeah.
What's the new case?
So Warner Brothers in 2015 announced plans to release a solo Green Lantern film titled The Green Lantern Corps, with a release date scheduled for the June 2020. The film will be the 11th installment, and Hal Jordan will be portrayed by Jon Stewart, reportedly.
Jon Stewart, the comedian?
Don't know. I'm gonna have a look. Jon Stewart.
That would be weird, man. I don't know though. See, when that guy that was pushing to be Ant-Man, he's a comedian, and he was pushing to get Ant-Man, Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd pushed for Ant-Man. He was like, I want to be Ant-Man. Let's make this happen. I love Ant-Man. This is why I love Ant-Man and all this shit. So he made that happen. Everybody that does roles like that, they already have a passion for the character. But is Jon Stewart, if it's the Jon Stewart I'm thinking for the Daily Show, I don't know.
No, it's not the Jon Stewart from the Daily Show.
Okay.
He has appeared in. Hold on.
The real question everybody wants to know though is the suit going to be animated?
I don't know. I'll phone Warner Brothers.
Again, when Deadpool's getting wheeled into the torture place with Francis, and he was like talking about making him into a superhero, and he's like, just don't make the super suit animated, because it was animated in Green Lantern.
I can't even remember. It's that bad a movie.
You've just blanked it out. Yeah, it's like a traumatic event to your brain. You just got rid of that.
It took Ryan Reynolds the third attempt to get a good character. Not that he went back to Deadpool, but we all know how the first Deadpool turned out.
The first Deadpool? First Deadpool was great.
First time Ryan Reynolds in was it X-Men 3?
Oh my god.
Or was it?
Yeah.
We all know how that turned out.
Yeah. When they showed the Secret Squad for a little while, and then he did the bullet cut. Remember when he walked into the office and he did the bullet cut, and we didn't know he was Deadpool. Maybe the hardcore people knew Deadpool, but I wasn't aware. And I was like, and then they stitched his mouth up, and they took on the fight on top of the nuclear fucking silo thing. No, man, that was horrible.
Yeah.
They took Deadpool and sewed up his mouth.
I know.
So it's not Jon Stewart, an actor. It's been miswritten. It's apparently going to portray two human lanterns, Hal Jordan and a military veteran called Jon Stewart.
I was going to say that because Jon Stewart here was a character within it.
Yeah.
They're saying Idris Elba, possibly.
Idris Elba.
Yep, Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Yep, and Colin Farrell and stuff have been partly reported to be auditioning.
Well,
I'm sure the characters for it. I'm sure they haven't picked them then, so it's probably just rumors.
Did you say Will Ferrell or Colin Farrell?
Colin.
You said Colin? Are you saying Colin Farrell?
Yeah.
Okay. He's like, Colin. I'm like, what's Colin? All right.
Colin.
Colin Farrell.
Colin.
He tea. He soup. He fucking soup. All I got is me soup. Check away me soup. I got nothing.
Leading tingly loy.
Show everyone your Jamaican accent.
Right down by the beach, man.
You going?
No, I won't dance for you. I'm not some puppet.
Need to throw money at him.
There you go. But yeah,
I'll flash him a bit. Of leg here. We see. There you go. There's a foot.
Sorry,
there we go.
we've already seen your ass like
Oh,
3
crump,
times.
crump. Oh, fuck.
You know that shit's called instant karma. Instant karma.
Oh, son of a bitch. Oh. Oh, motherfucker.
Take it in. Take it in.
Oh.
He flashes every time he stands up because we see him.
Oh. Man, that's a privilege. It's the closest you're getting to it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's dying. He's dying. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You are possibly. Oh my god. Words to
Man,
leave.
I'm only 29 and I have the body of like a 60-year-old. My God. The dog thinks I'm playing here. Like, oh.
But yeah, I am in Overwatch. Been playing Overwatch too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Hammond the hamster.
Hammond the hamster. Yeah, I played him a lot. Ain't that right, Robo?
You talked about him last month. Don't want to play the game until he comes out. Don't want to play it. He comes out, first game. It's like, yep, got him. Like that, right? Back to healing. Back to Mercy. No, not Mercy.
Moira. Love Moira, man.
To be fair, you're a good healing's what you've always done. So it's where you're. I don't know. I'm not saying you're not good at damaging, but you're good at healing. If that makes sense.
That was. It felt like he was coming at me. It was like, here's a compliment. No, here's a compliment. No. Here's a compliment. Wait a second. I'm gonna turn around. I'm taking that shit as a compliment. Thank you, sir. I am a support character. I like playing a support character. Anytime I get to play support character, down. I
Get over here and heal this crump.
I could play. I could play Lucio. I like Lucio. Play Lucio good, but Moira is the new that I'm trying, and I'm enjoying it. And after I learn Moira more, I'm gonna try Mercy, because Mercy is a more like single person. Like Mercy's really good for keeping one person healed. So I want to try Mercy after, but I'm really enjoying Moira now. Yep. So
I play everyone. Not so much the healing characters because I've always been used there, but more of a. I would say I've probably got about 6-10 characters I would use often, just depending on the situation.
Yep.
Depending on I usually pick my character last and see what the team needs. That's usually what I do.
Yeah, and I mean that's good, because that's the behavior you want on Overwatch. You want to be able to like have a person there that will fill in the role that is needed. Then again, you got people that are constantly always have to play Soldier 76.
And Hanzo.
And Hanzo.
I'm not laughing at you, man. The dog's attacking me here. Off camera.
When you got somebody that could fill in any role, that's the way you want to do it. But then you get that Soldier 76 and shit like that you're going to have to deal with. But I digress. I'm enjoying the Overwatch again.
It's good fun.
It is.
Wrecking people on it.
It is. Defiance isn't holding my attention as much as I wanted to. I think I'm up to level, I want to say 35, 35, something like that. That's like, we talk, or boys talk about how much I play games anyway. And I was like, but in that game, man, I just can't get into it. I'm trying to invest more time, but the game keeps pushing me away, because right now matchmaking is in a state of disarray. There's nothing going on that's really working. Like, you can't pick the co-op maps. Like, you can't pick which one to run. You gotta have a random matchmaking one and hope the one that you're looking for pops up, which it probably never will. There's so many issues right now. If you drive a car into an arc fall, you get dashboarded. There's a lot of shit happening. So I'm still trying. I'm still hopeful with Defiance. I still keep going back. I keep trying, but you know, what can you do?
Eventually.
Oh, son of a bitch! I just took a cramp in my other leg at the same time.
Good. Is it painful?
I'm lying here like a starfish.
Painful?
My God.
Can't feel anything.
Yes, man.
As far as jumping in DeLorean and gunning it at the 88 for the retro. For the retro, man. What do you think?
What are we thinking?
What are we thinking for?
Golden Axe.
Golden Axe for the retro.
We can run some Golden Axe if you want.
I'm kind of pondering some Ninja Gaiden. Maybe some Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden?
Yeah.
Is that one you want me to run, or?
No, I can run Ninja Gaiden. I think I'd run Ninja Gaiden just because seeing the reaction of me falling off of that jump in the swampland when you jump up and the owl hits you off. I think seeing that reaction would be worth a Ninja Gaiden play.
Yeah, I don't imagine good things from it, but yeah, I think we should give it a go.
Yeah. So after we'll have this uploaded for Monday. Podcast will be up this Monday, and when we put that up, the retro rewind goes right up after it. So it'll be in link in the description. He has returned from his cramp.
Oh.
Looks like you need to go lie down in that case.
Oh, buddy, you have no idea. I'm gonna go and pick Kelsey up in about 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna have to deep heat the shit out of these legs. Like,
I was thinking today. I was thinking about
me deep heating my legs.
Yes, of course. Anytime you rub anything on you, I was thinking about that. But what I'm saying is, I was thinking about during the zombie apocalypse. I was like, I'm fully ready to cannibalize anybody that gets in my way. Hell, I'll look for people to cannibalize. And all I kept thinking was like, if I was to cannibalize and eat you, Keith, would I be hungry an hour later?
Man, if you came near me, I'd kill you.
Yeah.
To be fair, if there was a zombie apocalypse, I think you two are the first to go. Like,
I'm fucked. I'm done.
No, that's a pure fucking negative.
Have you ever watched? You had to watch. What's the Woody Harrelson movie?
Zombieland.
Yeah,
Zombieland. Yeah, see, Zombieland 2's coming.
Cardio.
Cardio, Kate. Cardio.
Right, man.
If you'll run around that, we've already seen. You'll run around that car. About halfway around, you'll take a stitch.
Oh, man, that's what high ground's for. High ground.
There you
go. But though, talking about Zombieland, they're bringing out Zombieland 2. Same cast.
Good. I love it when they do that.
And Bill Murray is doing. I don't know if it's a spin-off to Zombieland, but he is doing a comedy with it's called the Dead After or something like that there, where it's like the afterlife of zombies.
Okay. I would watch anything Bill Murray, that's for sure. He is crazy, and I love Bill Murray. He goes out, like where he lives to, he goes out and he'll take random pictures with people. Bill Murray is great. I mean, he's funny. I mean, you know, I can only blame him so much for the Ghostbuster debacle that happened a couple of years ago. But yeah. But
then the new Ghostbusters was okay. Like,
see,
it wasn't
doing it again. The new Ghostbusters was trash fire. Absolutely horrible. New Ghostbusters was a turd wrapped in burning hair. It was horrible.
Ooh, it's a bit fucking harsh, man.
Wrong, but it needed to be said.
I don't have an opinion because it didn't appeal to me at all, to be honest.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't the worst film I've seen. Like, obviously it doesn't compare on the 1 and 2. Like, but no, it was a good watch. It was enjoyable. Like,
the thing about Ghostbusters 1 and 2 is Ghostbusters 1 and 2 is Ghostbusters 1. Ghostbusters 2 is like, it is so close to being Ghostbusters 1 that it's just 1. That's it. They did the exact same thing, and there was a YouTube video I watched where he compared the fact that it's basically the same movie that you're watching. But yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel with the Star Wars half the time.
Yeah.
We're going to destroy another Death Star.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
there was the script that was for Ghostbusters 3 was released as a Xbox 360 game back in the day, and that I owned that, and it was really good. That Ghostbuster game was really good, and that had all the original voice actors, and everybody agreed on the script. It didn't hit live action because there were Bill Murray problems. But that was a really good game, and I have to watch it again. I think it was called Sanctum of Slime. I believe it's Ghostbusters Sanctum of Slime, I want to say. Whatever it is, I'll put it somewhere around us, maybe even on Keith's face. Somewhere around us, there will be a Ghostbusters name of that game. But yes.
Never been a good big Ghostbuster. I remember watching the movies and liking them enough, but it wasn't like the movie I was big into, like, you know, like Lord of the Rings, where I was invested in them movies and everything about them. Didn't quite have that same appeal to me.
No.
Gentlemen, it is time for me to.
Well, it's
Bon voyage.
on that note anyway, we'll sign off. Everything will be up Monday. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, anything, you just want to make fun of a random one of us, if you're participating, I don't really give a shit what you send. You can send that at newsinvadersnews at gmail.com, and we will answer that promptly and swiftly. But besides that, boys, I'll see you on the video games.
Yep.
Good. Later, you. Roll the credits.
Some siege in about an hour.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Bon voyage.
Yep.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Valhalla.
Full of pure imagination. Yeah.
Is that us?
Yeah, that's us, man.
Alright, kid.
Ciao.
Ciao, Bella.